We're live.
Bum, 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 bum. I like how in the middle of this it gets like really like surfy. Like here it comes. Like we should be on a surfboard now.
Yeah, that's this one right here. Whoa. You can't hear this, but Greg is losing his mind. Yeah, I think it's the bum bumps. I think he's excited.
Now that we do this way, I'm going to find a shortened version of this so
Yeah.
that we don't have to.
Yeah.
These last 30 seconds are always awkward.
I think it just started clicking because we just started getting hellos and highs, but like, who knows? It really needs to.
Okay, so you're saying I should leave it?
I should leave it because like
We need all this buffer.
I think we just get to talk through it. Is what it is. This is like unofficial time. This is pineapple time.
Pineapple time.
Yes, it's pineapple time.
Bum, bum, bum,
Here
bum,
they are.
bum,
We're here all along.
bum, bum.
Bum, bum.
And that's the end.
Welcome to the live stream, guys.
That's the end of that.
That's it. That's it. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's Monday. It's a live stream day because Mondays are the new day that my brain says this happens. I'm almost there mentally with the changes we've made in life. I'm Tara. That's Natalie. This is our live stream. If you've never been here before, what we're doing is we just hang out. We're hanging out. We're doing like a behind the scenes chat about our lives and the channel, what's going on. And right now it's just kind of crazy pants for both of us. Natalie's knee deep in festival stuff, like post festival and whatnot, and all kinds of candle company things. I'm in the middle of a move, and it's hot. It's so friggin' hot here right now. It's
kind of funny because it just started to cool down here.
yeah. Oh, good, good. Maybe
Yeah.
it's here next. I can't like after this week. This is when the weather gets wonderful. Like there's always this awful.
Yeah.
This is probably the worst one for me in a while, just because I've had to keep moving and working and stuff. So I'm suffering more than usual. I don't think it's actually any hotter than it ever really is. It just
Right.
feels worse this year for me.
Well, yeah, you said it was like, what's the temp outside?
Last I looked, it was 80 at like 9 a.m.
Okay, so you're hitting high 80s, low 90s right now, or?
No, we're hitting like 101, 106.
Oh, really? Still, wow.
It was like 106 in the valley when I was
Wow.
working.
That's what we just, I mean, I don't think it'll stay. I think we'll get a little bit more of a heat come through again, but like we're doing mid to high 80s right now.
Okay, yeah,
Like and it just like we could feel there was a few nights ago where a wind came in and it was like Mary Poppins. Where it was like I was like, because we always have the windows open. We try not to use the AC, the big house, so whenever it's possible, all the windows and all the doors are open. But this like breeze came in and you were just like, oh, and the weather vane shifted.
Oh yeah, it's been hot and not enough breeze. And I know for a fact that I've gone through 106 here before. Like this is not my first time doing this temperature. This is
Yeah.
the first time I've had to. This is the first time I worked 3 shifts in a row where the AC broke, but right before my first shift, and like
Yeah.
first one where I've had to do a move. So for me, this feels like the worst
Yeah.
Mordor torture ever. When normally I would just be sitting around and be like, oh, it's so hot. I'm just so hot. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just
Well,
gotta.
my mom's down in Mississippi. Actually, it's kind of funny. I don't know if she's here today. We haven't done our hellos yet. We'll have to do those
Yeah,
in a second.
hold on a second.
My mom's coming in town this week, and I was thinking about she's so excited because it's so hot in Mississippi still, like because of humidity and whatever. I was like, oh yeah, I was like, because we're going to Bryce, and I was like, the high in Bryce the day we're going is like 72. And then it also goes down into a canyon. I don't know where that they take. I was like, the canyon gets cold in the bottom of it. So she was,
Yeah.
she was like, yes, thank you.
Oh my God, that sounds 72 sounds amazing.
Right? And I'm
Okay.
like,
Yeah.
let me do hellos. Want to get that out of the way. Want to get
Let's
this.
do it.
this
All right, guys. We always like to start off by saying hello in the chat. Now he's going to read your handles, and then we'll officially start this party.
I'm gonna try. My contacts are not really playing the game day I mean, not that they ever play the game, but
No,
today it's like
today's the worst version of the game.
today, yeah, today I don't even think they understand what game we're playing. They're over there playing
Life.
checkers while we're playing football. Like,
That's right.
okay, Mighty Guitar Mods. Hello, 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 hello. Shannon West, help! The villagers are coming with torches and pitchforks. Please hide me. Shannon, is that because of all the ghosts in your house? And
Yeah.
Shannon has lots of ghosts. I've heard. Lido Keaton, hello. Eunice Constance, live bums. Yes, we are two bums. Jack Boots, hello. Desiree Gonzalez, howdy, howdy, howdy. Debbie Lehrman, I like the little wave. The little wavy character emoji to me looks like someone just like raising their hands really excited.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
"Oh, I got it, I got it, I got it, I got it, pick me." You know? Rose H, hello. I'm typically always working during these live streams, but today I actually got to join. Well, hello, H. Welcome to our little shush secret time. Stephen Brown, hello, Peeps. I wonder if Natalie and Tara got the reminder about the live stream start time. We actually, funny enough, today we got 2 reminders. One for the Thursday meeting we're supposed to have. Do you get the reminders, Tara?
Oh,
Oh, I get the reminders for the calendar. And so you had moved our Thursday meeting to today.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So I got a reminder this morning that there was a Thursday meeting today. And I'm like, what? I got really confused for a second. Anyway, Desiree Gonzalez. Oh, yeah, hello again. I said that twice. Corbett Coburn. Hello, hello, hello. Pierre Kelly. Good day to you, sir. I'm gonna scroll until I see a new name. David Faith. Hello. David is a very far down the list. You are late to the game today, David. Just kidding. Toby, howdy, howdy, howdy.
Hi, Toby.
David A, hi. Greg Phillips, hello. Hi and bye. Risotto on this. I read it as Rosetta Stone.
Rosetta Stone. Rosetta Stone to tend to. Go learn that language.
You got priorities are there. Risotto on the stove. P.S. New job didn't happen. Failed fitness test. Oh, so you're still retired. So you just got to do your own thing on your own time, you know? Hey.
Go make risotto.
Yeah, you get to go make risotto. Justin Wheeler is here. He is here. I know where he is at this moment in time.
He was on the.
He was right here. We were gonna have him stay right here, and his arm sticking in, but he kept doing this thing, kept like creeping like with his hand, and I said you had to leave now. I kicked him out. I think that's everyone. Did I get you to this, Constance? Yes, I mean, it was hello again. Hello again, in case I didn't.
Hello again. Who cares? Do it again. Hello and welcome.
Multiple hellos.
It's too dang hot. My car refused to stop and go traffic, tried to overheat. Desiree, my car is so old at this point. I was 2007, and I've been like, every time I start my car, like, is this the day we explode? All right. Anytime I go over the hill, I'm like, are we going to overheat today? I just don't. We're in a new phase of my car's life. She's gone into menopause, and everything's just new, and we don't know what
everything's slowly shutting down.
We don't know what the problems are going to be anymore. Like, we'll get to a point where I'll know, like, oh yeah, she does these things. That's what she does in her old age. But we're newly old, and so everything's a little right. Because right now I can't. I don't know if did I tell you this now? Like, I can't open my car is very old. I don't have a clicker. I got the most basic car. It's a car where you take the key and you put the key in the door, and that's how you get in. So the drum of the key is just slightly misaligned. So I can't open my driver's side car door every single time. I have to like try, and I have to go at an angle.
I've seen you have to go around.
I'll finally give up sometimes and go around and open the car. Like we're at that point.
Yeah, mine's a little bit newer. You're the Matrix and the Fit are the same age. This one is 2 years newer, the Honda that I'm driving. Yesterday while I was driving, and it's only, it's 5 minutes across town. It's not a big deal. When I was driving, as I was driving down the road, suddenly my driver window just it went down, and it won't go back up. It just went whoop, like halfway, and then just went the other side, and I was like, okay.
It just gave up. It's like I can't hold it up anymore.
And it's just like you're on your own. And so I think it just fell off the track or whatever. Hopefully it's not that big of a deal. But then of course it rained last night, so I had to go outside in the rain and put a tarp over the door because the windows. But that car does not like it. It has a overheating tendency. Like there's a lot of hills. We're a mile up over here, guys. So going to which is not a mile up. Every time I try to drive up that hill, there's just parts where I'm just got to turn the heater on. Just gonna, and then the summer, that's real fun.
Oh
It's just
God, that's
really,
right.
you just
You
turn the
have
heater
time
on
to
and blow it at full blast while it's 105 outside just to get over that hill.
you time your drives to LA like specific or back
Yep.
specifically with heat because of that, so that you don't have to get tortured that way. Do you actually roll the windows down? No, mine's still one of my back windows stopped working. It just stopped rolling down, and I've yet to like even bother to try and like it's okay. You can stay up. That's good. That happened to my town and country driver's side window. Had to replace the window motor doohickey. Oh yeah.
I heard, so yeah, I'm not gonna comment on what's wrong with my car because that will just make something else wrong.
Oh yeah. We don't need it. Our corner can stay over there. It's fine. We're good.
Which is literally, this is, obviously this is how all stuff always works for everyone. I'm not unique in this and I understand. I just transferred its title and I just got insurance on it. And I mean, like literally like 3 days ago. And immediately it is, I'm like, am I going to be able to drive this that much longer? Like, if the passenger window will never, like, I mean, it's something I'm going to be able to fix, but like, it is one of those cars that the reason I haven't gotten rid of the Matrix, even though the Matrix has a lot of problems, its AC doesn't work. Namely,
Yeah.
the reason the Matrix has not been gotten rid of is because I don't know this car well enough. I've had this used car that's almost the same age as the Matrix for a year, and I don't know how long it actually has. So, anyway.
Yeah, I feel like my car will run for a long. I feel like, and I don't know if this is true, because like, people want Honda Fits because
They just keep going.
they just keep going and they're so easy to fix. They're so cheap.
Mhm.
Like I will probably hang on to this car for as long as humanly possible. How long is that for humanly possible? I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
long enough that I can start saving up money to deal with the problem and not
Yeah.
go into debt.
That's always the thing is like, the Matrix, Toyotas are known for, there's so everything inside this car is computer. Like that's the jump, so it's all computer and that just means things go wrong constantly. Like older cars where you get to like actually just tinker and tap, tap, tap and something where you can kick it and it starts.
Yeah, that's the fit. There's a crate on the front of the fit. That's how I get her going sometimes. No, she's at that. It's at that very rough. And I love this car because it is so dependable and durable and
Yeah.
like the amount of loads of stuff it's brought back from like Home Depot and the move.
Hmm.
What I can fit in that car, everyone's always like, "You got all that in your car?" Like, yeah, yeah, it can. Yours is the same way though, the Matrix, like the same thing. The
Oh
amount of
yeah.
AG stuff that you can fit into that car, these little
Yeah.
cars in the early aughts or the late aughts or whatever that is, they're
It's
amazing.
true.
They're incredible.
Yeah.
Okay, really quick, let's do some business time. This week we do have an episode coming out. And this will lead right into my other favorite corner, which is Candle Corner. Natalie, what's wrong?
I have a notebook somewhere.
You look like a bloodhound. Root, root.
Oh, I found it.
Go get your notebook. Racking me up. We have an episode coming out. Natalie's gonna take the reins on episodes this month because of the moving stuff. She's a gracious, wonderful.
Allegedly.
We'll see what happens. We'll see. Allegedly, like all things may not go the way we planned. Anyways, this week's episode, though, so far we're on schedule, sorta. Natalie took all the mugs that were actually too big. She, in the very early days of Natalie's mug endeavors, she like realized how much wax was too much wax. And
Yeah.
so she
Sometimes I sometimes still make those Yoda ones or something.
these are awesome.
It's
That one's
it's
freaking
it's a thing of like how much wax, what am I gonna have to charge in order to, and then will this cup sell for that? No.
yeah.
Anything over 12 ounces is too big, guys. It's just too big.
No, I have learned this too now because I go shopping at the Goodwill every once in a while and I'll spend at least 15 minutes in the mug department looking
Mhm.
for mugs and I have to go, is this 12 ounces or is this 8 ounces? Like I'm like the ouncing like this. I'm like, this is a really cool mug, Natalie, but it's just too big. I
It
don't
is.
like
Yeah.
I've proxy learned from Natalie's experience. Anyway, so these bigger mugs that she's got, she had the brilliant idea of turning them into suet bird feeders. It's been on her to-do list for forever, but it was an adventure to figure out how to, it's just like the first time you do anything, you have to figure out the house. So while doing it, she made a video about it, and it's adorable. You're adorable in this video. You're like, I don't know. Like,
It's just as constantly me going, I don't know what I'm doing.
I don't know. Okay. I might put the okay counter. I've caught a number of okays, but I might put the okay counter up there. Like, okay.
Also, I was watching the first edit of it, and insider baseball, like the first edit of watching yourself make anything is just painful.
It's
Like
so
you're just
bad.
like, why am I so boring? Why am I so
Yeah.
dumb? Why am I so, like, oh, why do I move my head that way? I mean, there's everything,
Yeah.
why did I pick that shirt? Why, I mean, just
Right.
a million things that you hate. And they're always like 20 minutes. And you're just like, God, we're never going to get this to a point where it's not boring.
Right.
But I did get the okay, the okay section, which we're just going to call it the okay section. And I laughed out loud at myself. I was like, oh my God, I always do this with Justin. He's sitting next to me, I got headphones in, and I'll unplug the headphones. I'm like, here, watch this. And he giggled at it too. But yeah,
Oh my God, so funny. Yeah, Brian could hear you. I was editing next to him and he could hear you and he's cackle laughing. Like he's not even watching it. And he's like, oh my God. He's like laughing at not even knowing he doesn't
my
know.
little spiral that I was having.
Oh my God. He doesn't know what you're doing. He doesn't know what the episode's about yet. I usually show him like somewhere near the end what the episode is.
Yeah.
He has no idea what's going on. And he's laughing at you're like, ah, and he's like, oh my God, like ridiculous. And you're okay. He's like, is that craft panic? Like that's craft panic right there.
That's craft panic. Yeah. David said, "Are you going to make a candle out of the 100K subs presidential?" I'm like, no, that's
No.
no. Actually, it's funny. I don't have my own candles. I don't like. I'm not making mine.
Eye on your own supply.
My mugs. These are everything else. But it was funny actually. So I had my clearance section, which has already annoyed me, and I don't want it anymore. I sold some, but like it takes up real estate that I don't want. And so there's one that I'm going to melt down and make better. And then the other ones I'm like, what am I doing? So some of them I'm just pricing down and going to leave them out there. They can stay. But then there's other ones that I'm like, I'm just never going to sell this guy. He's just never going to happen. So he's just going to live right there now. That's where he lives. Like going to forever be this reminder, Natalie, don't make these.
Yeah. Christmas, you can give away all the like the ones that didn't sell to people, like people that you like but not love. Like,
That's
oh
true.
look, Auntie May, I made you this candle.
Except I gave everybody candles last year. So I can't.
You have to go the next ring of people. Like what's the net like you're like your mailman kind of thing.
No,
Like
my circle is very small. It doesn't, there's no one outside of if you get a candle last year, just kidding. Because some people didn't get candles last year. Actually, I almost sent Toby a candle last year.
oh,
That's Toby, you're getting a candle this year. This is yours. This is your candle now. Tara just outed you as being the one side outside.
oops. Okay, so but at Candle Corner, how did you sold one of the bird feeders though?
I did.
Hey.
So that, I mean, they didn't really, it was fun trying to find a spot for them and stuff like that because there's no space for them. And then other people didn't have any idea what they were. Like they thought it was just a cup with bird seed in it, even though I almost just picked up my coffee mug and turned it on its side to show you. Even though like they're hanging from a coffee thing like this, so you'd think it would fall out. But anyway, but somebody saw them and knew exactly what they were and like beeline to the back and wanted one.
Yeah. Nice.
But I've got one hanging outside right now. So I did test one before I sold it in that like I hung it outside and made sure the suet wasn't just going to fucking flop out onto the, yeah. So I hung one outside since then and no birds have set on it yet. But it's a winter feeder. It's supposed to be food's harder to find and like that's what it's so I don't know, I'm going to leave it out there. I'm not doing the market this week cuz my mom's in town. And so we'll see. We'll see if anybody ever I won't make any more. The birds don't start, if I don't go out there and see a little peck, then I guess it was,
I was doing some research on suet and stuff just so I could add in information into the edit and stuff. And just so I know kind of like what's going on. Like, and I was like looking up what is suet definition, and the suet, I just typed in suet to see what would happen. And the definition pops up. And so I was like, great, grabbing the definition. But right below that, the very first thing is pictures of it as a bird feeder. I'm like, oh, this is like like a known. I never
Yeah,
knew.
like they sell them in these cakes. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, they sell them in cakes, and then you buy bird feeders that you slide them in there, and then you close it off, and then they come and peck at it that
Oh,
way.
that's what
Um,
that picture was. I think I saw something of that ilk. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Because now I kind of want one. I'm trying to feed this crow. I found the crow, guys. The crow is in a tree right there, and there's like a little nest. It's like palm trees have like where the leaves have fallen off and they just kind of collect in a spot. I don't know if that makes sense. Like
yeah,
there's,
that overhang where the
yeah,
last year's part is just hanging there, makes that
yeah,
big poof.
there's a big poof. Like this one's really tall, but the poof is really far down. And that's where this crow I hear every morning, I think has a nest because it's there every morning. So I've got a little spot nearby that I put like a couple of shiny trinkets and some
Hmm.
nuts for it to eat. So I'm working on this crow endeavor, but I want to get it. I was like, ooh, I should get some suet for the crow to see if I can get it to be my friend because this is my endeavor right now is to befriend this crow.
No, I don't know. So the suet cakes, it's funny. These ones say that they're year round, but from everything else I've read, they melt at anything above, like if it's constantly over 90 degrees, that
Ah,
they'll go rancid and they'll melt. Like, but they also say they're year round. So you're not year round here. Like I think that would just fall out of that mug
yeah.
at 100 degrees.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I don't know. Which
Things
is
like
why I waited until now to make them. Anyway,
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Anyways, that's gonna be this episode.
they're cute.
Right. In theory, Friday. I don't know. Things could go. This is moving week for me, so this week could go completely sideways. We'll find out. We're
Yeah.
close to being done with the Tara heavy lifting part, which then means that Tara can just maintain and
Yeah.
not. Oh my God, thumbnail.
Yeah, there's not one.
That's okay. I'll find it. There's a
I
lot
thought
of
about it this morning,
there's some cute images of you like you just kind of
holding it up.
especially in the stuff on the cutting room floor. There's some stuff
Okay.
like, holding up the thing and like
Yes, David, I do have cows. I can make my own suet. That is addressed in the video. That is addressed.
many things are addressed in this video. It's guys, it's an adorable
It's
video.
really long because I address a lot of things.
Natalie is at her peak adorableness and you all need to watch it. It's
I
such a
don't
like
know about that.
it's such a Natalie revealing video and it's the sub adventure is you guys are going to get to know Natalie in a whole different way that I think you're all going to just freaking love. All right.
Yeah.
Greg Phillips, thank you so much. Unfit apparently because I couldn't I couldn't lift a 60-pound mattress upstairs on my own, but I can change the clutch on the Mini in 6 hours, 4 hours quicker than normal garage allows. Oh, not that I'm bitter at all. Well, you are hired in my garage of things.
You want to come fix my window? I don't know. It's worth a plane ticket.
I have no. Oh, Steve debates himself and loses, so I'm not sure if we should ever really pretend like what Steve asked.
Rancid Suet. Oh my gosh. Did you see that? I have no idea what Suet is, but Rancid Suet would be an amazing heavy metal band name, I think. Suet is basically beef fat, but it's from a certain part of the body.
Yeah,
It's
it's
mostly, I actually might edit your description. I was like,
yeah, I got that off the internet. Like I read a
I
bunch
know.
on it about where it comes from and stuff. But yeah, whatever.
Yeah, because it's traditionally beef, but it can be other.
Yeah, yeah. I was just reading through. And then I fell down the rabbit hole of the difference between suet and lard.
Right. Well, and then there's tallow.
I need to do. Oh, and tallow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is it's a slippery slope of knowledge. Once you start down the suet.
Oh yeah. I had to
Well,
call
yeah.
it. Like, stop doing this. You need to finish this edit. Like that. You need to stop reading up on lard and tallow and suet, and go back
Well,
to
that was part of my like I got really so we were talking this is a pretty common occurrence for artistic types. They get done with a project and then there's like a depression that comes after it. This is like funk that follows doing a project. So we had just done May I Put You on Hold. I got back here. There were like a million other things going on. I lost that gig, blah, blah, blah. And then I was trying to do this, and at the same time realized that post high funk was kicking in. Me trying to go figure out how to get suet and everything being like, why is this more difficult than it has to be? And I just went into a spiral. And I was like, there went a day that I just did not accomplish anything because I was supposed to. And then I ended up figuring out the way to do all of it. But it was just like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I haven't had mine yet. I may not even, I don't normally have a withdrawal for some, I don't know. We'll see.
It seems,
I probably won't have a come down because like I had
mhm.
dinner with Ash last night and I was like, I haven't even had time to go, oh, that was so fun. Like, or
Yeah.
I've literally been just on the next thing, the next thing, the next thing, the next thing. I'm sure next week when everything is finally like settled, I'll be like, oh, and I'm sad.
Yeah, well, it's part of it is like that post high, you
Hmm.
know, and then there's like a little bit of a come down of like nothing changed in my life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you're like, oh, you just did this really
Yes.
fun thing and now I'm back here. And not like, but then there's also this like after being that busy for that long and then going, I don't have a next thing. Like
Yeah.
that I think that's the part that gets me is like, well,
Yeah.
what am I even doing with my life? Like what is my next thing? Like uh
Yeah, I know. Sure. I always wind up having to go right back to work, and
mhm.
then I don't ever get time to think about like,
Yeah.
but by the time I'm like, okay, I'm done bartending. Oh, there's another thing on my doorstep. Girl, okay,
Right. Yeah.
let's
That's what I
go.
mean. That's what the last couple of months have been. It's like the next thing and the next thing and the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And then when that one fell off and I didn't have an immediate, which was on purpose, there was a reason I didn't have a next thing because I needed the time down. It was like, oh, what's my next thing? And which is why you end up in like doing 20 more things in a row is because you fill that, you're like, oh, I have an empty calendar. Like,
Yeah.
what
Oh
can
my
I put
God.
on here?
Yeah, I'm intentionally. Everyone keeps asking like, so what are you up to next, like career wise? I see a spider. It has been an insect getting with the heat, guys. Like there's a spider on the wall over there. I just got exterminated. Anyways, it's I lost my train of thought entirely because I just saw that it's huge. It's a massive. I can't jump up
Burn
and
it down. Burn the whole house down.
I'm burning this house down. I'm bringing my house down, my car down. Anyways, yeah, I think everyone like, there's been a lot of chatter like industry wise of people like, what are you up to? What are you working on? Like slowly, some of my friends are starting to go back to work. Like a buddy of mine just got on TED. He's like a PA in the writers' room for TED, whatever. So people are starting to slow, and they're heading into production this week, I think. So there's like a slowly things are moving, but
A
still there's
giant
like,
moth just flew into the room. I don't know where he came from. Like what?
see, insect getting like,
Where were you? This is a nighttime thing, not a daytime thing. Where
are you doing, sir? You were not at
did
your
you come in from?
like literally just watch the spider change rooms. Oh, nope, he's back. I don't know what he's doing. This is ridiculous. This is the
But is he a jumping one?
I don't know. Oh my God. I'm like, I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about this, but the patio at work, fuck it. The patio at work got closed because the spiders in the tree, because of the heat, and the
Ooh.
started to all come out. And
Yeah.
it was like a spider getting, I was covered. I have like a big bite right here. I have like several bites that I'm like, what is biting me? Like I had no idea.
Yeah.
And we didn't let anybody on the patio the first hot day anyways because the misters had stopped working.
Mm-hmm.
Part of what brought out the spiders. And apparently we weren't the only place in the town where like it's so hot the spiders are coming out and like springing off the trees and jumping onto people. Yeah. It is so good you're not here. You would
Yeah.
lose your mind.
Well, do you remember like so the neighbors, did you ever look at Angela's trees outside of my house? Like we had those orb spiders, which just make like the giant, I mean like but like they I mean and they were chill spiders. They didn't come in the house. But but like once a year and I don't have any idea what time it was, but you would just look up and the tree was like covered in Halloween type spider webs because they make and they're huge and you're just like everywhere you turn there's another orb spider who's
Yeah.
built a web that goes across your driveway and you're like how did you get from there
Oh,
to
I
there?
remember that.
What?
Yes.
There's no physics. Did you climb down, go this way, go back up, pull in your string the entire way, pull it,
Yeah.
and then you had a
How are they doing? Yeah, that was like the level of like webbing and spiders jumping out of tree. Like we wouldn't let people on the patio for fear of them getting bit by spiders. Because
yeah.
like me and another staff member were covered in spider bites the next day. Like I'm like, it took me like the next day I came in, I'm like, oh, it's a spider bite? Like I'm like, this has been driving me crazy for like the last 12 hours. It's been itching like mad. I thought it was just, a mosquito. I don't know. It's wild here. Anyways.
You remember you I don't think you didn't end up seeing them. So I on the New Orleans gator
Oh, yeah.
boat, you didn't like there were none out, but those banana spiders, like
Horrifying.
there did you see any of them?
No,
Like,
no.
okay. But you saw, I think I showed you pictures. They're terrifying. The first time I did that tour, he's like, oh, and look up, there's banana spiders. And you look up and you're under this cover of trees that are not, I mean, like if you stood on a boat, you would like touch them. But
No.
there are just these ginormous, like as big as my hand, like, just above you. And you're like,
Mm-mm.
can we move faster? Can we not be under this? This is,
Fun. This is the
oh,
best
it's,
part of the movie.
yeah, it was pretty terrifying. But then I guess they just don't bother. They don't.
Yeah, they must not do a thing. No, it's been a getting of all kinds of sorts right now. It is. I'm like a hair's breadth away from losing my mind. I saw one little tiny flea on Gizmo. I've already seen fleas on her before. I've given her meds. I've given the outdoor cat meds. But I'm sitting here talking to Natalie before the stream, and I'm brushing Gizmo, and a flea comes off, and you guys are talking, and I'm like slowly losing my mind over here. Like I killed it with the back of the brush, and I'm like, I might just lose my shit right now because if one more weird thing happens, that's enough. I'm
I hate
shutting
nature.
down. I'm shutting down. I'm gonna fold the house up really neat, quietly,
Pack it. I'm moving.
put it under the bed. I don't understand the physics on it either, but I'm gonna put the house under the bed, and we're gonna come back to this another week. It's been wild, but industry wise, which leads into with everything that's happened, whatever. Everyone's like, what are you doing?" I'm like, I am gonna chill after this move, and after we get back from gig.
Mhm.
Aside from what you and I are doing, I am chilling the rest of this year. I am just gonna go to work. I'm gonna make some fonts, and I'm gonna chill. Like maybe,
Okay, if you actually start making fonts, I think you will chill. But if
yeah.
you don't actually start making fonts, those are famous last words. That is the I'm not gonna do anything. And then
And then someone calls me with an offer I can't refuse.
exactly. So you like that was my thing. The candles have been a little bit of obviously a blessing in that like it just keeps me occupied, and keeps the creative juices going. But otherwise, you just go, yes, that's a shiny. I want to do that. It's just a little bite-sized project, and then this one, and then this one, and this one.
Well, I
Yeah.
have a meeting tomorrow that I'm gonna NDA myself on, that you know what I'm talking about. I have a meeting tomorrow that I don't think things are gonna change, but it's that potential of like this idea of chilling might go away after this
Yeah.
meeting. Woo. It'll be worth it.
Yeah. But yeah, famous last words. Yeah.
Hmm. Uh-huh. It's the one disruption that could possibly happen. Okay, Steve debates himself, also known as Summer Test, also known as Steve. Also, have you guys started fighting about football yet? I'm inviting everyone to come watch my new band at Tommy's Beer and
Beer.
Breakfast tonight. Rancid Suet will be opening for the Tommy's House Band Sausage Grinder.
That's really quick to put a band together,
That's really
Steve.
fast.
Like that was
How were your rehearsals? Were they good?
yeah.
Who's the front
Hmm.
man? Are you the front man or are you just like lead guitar? Like what's
You
the
just I'm manager. I'm
follow
the
up
sound guy.
follow-up question? I like that three people already thumbs up this. You guys are on it.
I wonder if I could see who it is. Show me who thinks this is funny. No, joking.
I did. I just because if you give us monies, I'm gonna heart you and thumbs up you with no matter what you say. I'm gonna be like, yeah, well, okay, great. Now everyone's gonna write weird things. Define weird. Listen. You're not smelling a wildfire since last night. Enjoy. Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh. Where are you, Desiree, again? Remind me. Because that sounds not. Oh my God, I forgot about fires.
Yeah, that bridge fire is going pretty crazy. And then there's one in Nevada too, up in northern Nevada.
Catch me
That's
up. I don't know about a bridge
there's
fire.
just two big wildfires raging, and both of them are 0% contained. Yeah.
Oh, No, I did not know about this. Oh, when
They
did it
just, I
start?
mean, they just popped up. Like, I mean, I don't know if they were already brewing, but it
Yeah.
just national news today.
Oh, okay. I haven't. I literally rolled out of bed and slow rolled to this spot that I got
Toby says,
that I got myself together. It was amazing. Go ahead.
Toby says he might run into a hurricane. Still deciding. Toby's gonna go on a drive
Cool, Toby. You're gonna head
into
toward
a
the. Are
hurricane.
you gonna start being a hurricane hunter? Is that our new thing? 2:30 p.m. yesterday. Yeah, I
Yeah.
yesterday was one of those crazy. I my own fault busy day. Like I was like, oh yeah, I need to get this alumni meetup out of the way, like get it going because I had promised to get it going in like July, and like okay, I'll just throw a day
Mm.
out, and then I need to sell some stuff, and the one day I could sell some stuff was yesterday, so I had to deal with that, and it was like big heavy things, and then Ash was in town for like 2 days, and this is the one night she could meet for dinner. I was like, yes, of course, I'll meet you for dinner. So it was like the day wound up being this like I don't think I opened my phone once to look at the internet because
Yeah.
you're running around like one of those days, and like regretting it, but happy I did it, but also like why did I do this to myself? But I didn't know. I didn't know when I started making these plans like months ago. But
I've just gotten to the, like, I think not today, because today I still have like quite a few things I need to take care of. But I was
Mhm.
thinking tomorrow will actually be a day where it's like, oh, there's just a few things on my plate.
Yeah,
Like it's not like the finally like the catching up of things, like because you have your normal workload and then you have all the things you neglected and then you know, but
Mhm.
yesterday I cleaned my office while watching football, which was
Nice.
really
That sounds
needed,
lovely. I love the sound of
right?
football. Lionel Pollard, welcome to the party.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Vaguely familiar. Welcome to the
What?
chat and all that
Lionel,
jazz.
were you here last week? Is that what I'm remembering this name from? I feel like
Okay.
this was just a recent
Mm-hmm.
all in the chat. Hello again. Welcome.
Yeah, are
Uh
you the gentleman from France? Because I do remember there being a French.
there was a French fella.
My I almost said my Spanish, which is not accurate at all.
No, not
10-minute warning to joke corner. 10-minute warning for joke corner. I'll take your spider jokes. Give me bonus points or spider jokes. Any joke you want. You know, you're not confined to spider jokes. That's just like if you find spider jokes, you get a bonus.
yeah.
And if you get enough bonus points, there's like a prize.
There is. It might be this candle. Wait, sorry, this candle's spoken for. That one's for
That
Toby.
was that's your
It might be this candle that also no one wanted in this milk glass. This one smells amazing though. I don't know. Sorry.
but it's milk glass. How could they not want it? I will always
It's
want
just too
milk
plain.
glass.
You know what? There's a lot of things that I got that I'm like, oh, but it's just too plain compared to all the other things that are there.
Yeah,
Like
oh, that's
this
true.
one smells amazing, but and it's beautiful in milk glass. Maybe you want the milk glass, but it's just too plain compared to the other mug that's sitting there.
I like the shape of it too. Lionel said, "Oh my God!" So he says, "I'm also a paleo enthusiast," and my brain immediately went to paleo, like eating stuff. Like,
Like,
okay, cool, let's talk about food. And I finally went back up. I like Tara's your my
dinosaurs.
answers. I was like, oh, different paleo, but also cool. Yeah, this is part of my recent I'm buying shirts for work thing, and this is like I'm following the rules, but not really following the spirit of the rules.
Right. That's
They-
what's me like. Yours is like it has to be a pattern shirt, right?
uh-huh.
Yeah. Mine was it has to be vests, and I started wearing like vests from construction work. It's like,
Yeah.
what do you mean? I'm not wearing whatever vest. Yeah.
Don't
Or then it was band shirts. I had to wear band shirts, but then I only wore fictional band shirts.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, don't set a rule or parameter and think
Yeah, you
that
got to be very specific.
don't think that I'm not gonna go and how do I bend this rule? And
Mhm.
for why? Because it amuses me to bend rules. No other freaking reason. Then I just like to go, what is the parameters for this thing? Oh, okay. I'd like to adjust that for what
Mhm.
I think. Yeah. So this is one of my new work shirts that fits the brief.
Summer Test said he did his mantra, although not intentionally. He was working in a crew of Chinese Americans and it brought me some authentic Chinese food and it wasn't anything on the Panda Express menu. Do you know what it was? Was it spicy?
Yum.
Those are my two questions.
What was it? Was it
Was it
spicy?
good? Did you like it? Jackboot's got some pickled ketchup. I think it
Yay!
was Jackboots. I'm pretty sure.
How
I
good.
saw it was a comment someplace.
Oh my God, I
That stuff
got
was yummy.
yeah, I really like the pickle ketchup. Like it's what I one of the things I like about burgers is the flavor of ketchup and pickles together. I'm
Yeah.
realizing because I had that ketchup, like, oh, I could literally just put this on bread and be happy. Like
Oh
I would
yeah, it
do
was
a
yummy.
sandwich with that. Speaking of which, TikTok content, that's another thing that like, but nope, haven't done that in forever.
I
Mm-mm.
haven't even thought about doing that in
I
forever. Except
know.
I did send you a thing that I think Maggie needs to try.
Oh, that's right. And I concur. Guys, I'm gonna just tell you what this is.
No, don't tell them,
Okay, you'll either get to see it or you'll never know.
or we'll tell you when we don't do it.
That's that's the life you get to live right now. It may pop up. It
Stay
may.
tuned. This is how we keep them enthralled and coming back for more, Tara.
Is this it? Is this the way? I found these Chips Ahoy red velvet cookies
Yeah.
that I bought, and I also bought pumpkin spice Pop Tarts to do TikTok content. They're just sitting there. Like I haven't
Pumpkin-
got. I know. I
Yeah,
haven't got around to it. I don't. Where would I film right now? Everything's a mess. Yes, it was me.
that's true.
It was him.
Yeah.
Did you love it, Jack Boots? More details. Did
He
you like
said,
it?
yeah, he had said he liked it.
Oh, okay, cool. I am a big
Jackboots, didn't you? Where did you all try the banana ketchup? Not
mm,
the same as the pickle ketchup, but that's why my brain keeps going back to that.
get
That
more.
other one was available again, the one we tried. It
Yeah.
wasn't available. It was such an unlucky like circumstance that when we posted that video, it wasn't available at the time. We're like, you son of a gun. Like,
Yeah.
really? And it's back now, but whatever.
Whatever.
Um, no, that's pretty yummy.
It was good. I'm actually like I think I might get some because that stuff
Hmm.
delicious. All right, a little bit of business time reminder for those of you who are popped in the room after the business time. We're gonna have an episode this week. Episode will be coming out on Friday. We're making good time on it. Natalie made suet bird feeders for the very first time. She figured out, I think you got it down. Like there's a whole section that we cut of you like actually like
Troubleshooting and stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
you troubleshooting like really like got to the part where like, okay, here's the way to do it. Even though you're like, I still don't know. But I was like, no, this makes sense to me. You figured it out.
Yeah,
Make
maybe.
little bird feeders out of mugs that you turn them sideways and stuff it full of suet and bird seed stays in there and the little you can stick a little spoon in there for the bird to sit on. It's really cute. So that's gonna come out on Friday. So we got an episode coming out. Keep your eyes peeled for that. And highly recommend this suet bird feeder thing. It's really adorable. I will be printing up
Hi,
some
James.
rancid su- I'll be printing up some rancid suet t-shirts. The Chinese food, not kidding, was stereotyping, was barbecue eel, pickled quail eggs, and pork neck. And I'm being 100% honest.
Wow.
Whoa!
Barbecued eel. Was that any good?
That's Steve, I'm proud of you. That's freaking awesome. That's some stuff
That's
that like
adventurous. Good job.
it would take me back for a second before I went for it. Jack Boots, I ordered the banana ketchup last month. It hasn't been delivered yet. But Boots
Boo.
posted. That is, yeah, it probably might take
Oh, you chickened out on the quail eggs.
yeah. Really, the
It's
quail eggs?
pickled quail eggs.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah.
If it's anything like a century egg, if it's a red egg
Good.
from Pennsylvania, those
Hi,
kind of
Toby.
raw. If it's a century egg, I have to politely decline and then go to the next room for a moment to stand by myself amongst
Think about my choices in life. How did I end up in a room where someone's offering me a century egg? What have I done wrong?
oh, if you've never seen the Disgusting Museum video, go watch that one. Like, I almost lose my lunch. Like,
Hmm.
it was just too much. It was too much. I'm a mental eater. It was just too much. Uh,
Bucky's has pickled quail eggs. Where?
oh
We
yeah.
don't have a Bucky's, let alone
Yeah,
a.
we got Bucky's. Meh. My bangs finally.
Finally gave up.
Yeah, they were doing okay. This morning I was like a minute late to the live stream because my bangs are doing this, whatever this is. Whatever this here, let's just make it worse. Whatever this is what our morning was. Which is how we started with the crimping and now Natalie understands. She understands what happens with bangs in life. You
It's why
can't.
I don't have them anymore. I was looking at how long my hair is. This is my shortest layer right now.
Yeah, your
Like
hair's
this
long.
layer is, this is not layers anymore. This is, wait, this is supposed to be layers.
You're
This is
wearing
even
way
in
too
order from the other
long.
side. Yeah,
Yeah.
these need to be like to here in order for me to get anybody in my hair.
I need to get a haircut, but sure. We'll see what happens. I really if I had found the Korea clip when you were here, I've been like, Natalie, will you cut my hair? Because the bottoms, I don't want to go to a hairstylist. They're gonna want to take off like 2 inches because
Yeah.
it's all dead. But I need it to be that way so that I can curl it. Uh, I
Oh yeah.
noticed her at 95, she wears her hair just like that. Yeah, probably. This is like 80s right here. This is like some serious late 80s curly, flash dance magic happening. This is what it reminds me of. Like it does, which is so cute, but does not look cute on me. Never worked out on me.
Oh, side story. I have 2 minutes to tell this. So I went to an audition the other day.
No, tell me.
It did not go well, but
Oh no.
I went to like the Texas Tech. No, that's not it. Utah Tech.
I was so confused. Like, tell me more about this.
Utah Tech was out in St. George. Last year I saw a couple of their stuff at festivals, and they were really good. One of them I was just floored by this kid. I was like, "You have way too much talent to be in Southern Utah." Like, and he was leaving, so it was, But anyway, so I went to audition for their student films. I found out like the night before, and they had all these sides, but like two of them were age range appropriate, like, and then the other ones you couldn't really tell what age they were supposed to be, but they all felt young. Anyway, but then this audition, and if I get the chance, I'm going to tell them that this was not the way to hold this audition, was in a giant theater. So this is for on film. Yeah,
Oh,
they
no.
have their 20 students taking up the first little row of the stage, I mean, of the audience, and you are up on the platform stage. Like they got a camera like 4 rows back pointing at you, and they got a mic over you, but you can't act in that space the way
No.
you should act for camera. You just instinctively can't. But then also, like, this is just not, there's just nothing right about this moment. And you can't even see the camera where it is now because you got stage lights coming at you too. Like, and so
Oh,
it was just, I'm like, you are doing yourself a disservice. You're not going to find your best actors for this thing because you're getting theater performances. Now, somehow they did pretty good stuff. The stuff that I saw last year was still pretty good. I mean, they managed to find, I mean, their acting was fine, as it was good, it wasn't bad. That's always number one. But like this is you're doing yourself a disservice by doing this way.
absolutely. Yeah, that's rough.
And it was like chaotic anyway. So I did my audition. I did there was 3 different sides that were like a page long, and each one of them were different. So I did each one of them, even though
Yeah.
I know nothing about the rest of these short films. I a page to read, and I'm like, okay, she's an FBI agent. Okay, she's a teacher. Okay, she's, a woman who's, considering an affair. Like, and I'm like, okay, each one of those I can give a very different performance.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, and in each one of them, I was like, there in a page, managed to go, wow, I did really poorly there. And also, oh, I did okay there, like, but enough that they asked me to read a whole other scene, an entire, like, it was like 5 pages just on the spot now. And I'm like,
Nightmare.
okay, also to a whole, to an empty auditorium. And like, and again, in that thing, I was like, okay, I did really well in some moments, but I did really poorly in other moments. And I was like, well, we'll just see what happens here. But
Oh,
but
yeah.
but I
That's
was proud of myself for going, because that is always a very hard, like there's a million reasons I could talk myself out of driving
Mhm.
45 minutes in
Oh,
the
yeah.
heat. In the,
Oh, yeah. There's a plethora of reasons to not do things. But yeah, that
but
you
we'll
went.
find out.
They definitely need to adjust.
That's a bad, you're not getting the right kind of actor. There's no way you can tell if you can get the subtlety you need for on camera.
Definitely, like you'll wind up with a really great theater actor
Yeah.
who is too big and can't do the minutia
And you
thing.
can't tone it down now. Now you got a camera right here, and you
Yeah.
can't,
Can you have that thought and not actually emote it? Anyways, yeah. Oh, from the auditioning corner of the room, which is only Natalie's corner. I don't do auditions anymore. Anyways, all right, joke corner. Let's do this thing. Put the word joke really big so that I know to look for it. If you're new here for this, joke bonus points for spiders. I love I love one-liners. Natalie loves puns. If you find puns, that's the game to play here. All right, here we go.
I'm going to interrupt before you start this because I don't want to end on a sad note, but I want to acknowledge this. Friend of the show, Kurt Stanley, passed away last week. He was in our Bigfoot adventures, and we just found out, and it was a nicest guy. And if you've seen our Bigfoot adventures, he's the big guy who does the Sasquatch commercial. Anyway, it seems like it was a peaceful pass, but I just wanted to acknowledge that before we moved, and I didn't want to end it on a sour note. So
no, good call. Yeah, I meant to talk about sure.
Yeah. So
for the broadcast, but
prayers to the family, and and to Evans, who was his friend out there, and anyway.
Go watch the Bigfoot episode in Marin.
Yeah.
I keep wanting to like share it, but I don't want to be like self-promoting, but like, but look how great your friend was. Like,
but he also, Evans said, like, he always was like talked about that. That was one of his like highlights, was us coming out there and doing that thing. So with the community, he was really big in the Bigfoot community.
Yeah, very big. Such a sweetheart and such a wonderful, gracious person.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's do this joke corner thing. David Faith, a turkey is about to cross the road. Suddenly, a chicken appears and says, "Don't do it, man. You'll never hear the end of it."
Oh,
yeah.
You cross the road once, and no one ever shuts.
What is the etymology of that joke? Where did we start with that? Who was the first
who
person
did that to us?
that? What do you call a deer with no eyes?
A deer with a deer, because there's no eyes in the word deer.
No idea.
Instead of, I don't get it.
It's written, IDEAH ... No idea.
Because I mean, if you have an accent, you might say deer like deer. It's a deer.
No idea.
No idea.
Desiree, I just bought a new pair of spider silk trousers. They look great, but the flies keep getting stuck.
Gross. Gross.
Fly, yeah, so much. David, today I asked Mrs. Faith if our kids were spoiled. She just smiled at me and said, "All kids smell that way."
Oh, gross.
Okay.
Oh, gross.
Desiree, why can't spiders become pilots?
Because their little arms can't reach the steering wheel. They can't reach the steering with those little arms. What? Why?
Because they only know how to tail spin.
Okay.
Yeah.
That would be a bad idea for everyone else on board.
Everybody else. Desiree, I just killed a huge spider crawling along the floor with my shoe. I don't care how big the spider is. No one steals my shoe.
That's a big spider.
I don't want to know.
That was a big spider.
I don't like it. Desiree, my wife told me to take a spider outside instead of killing it. We went and had drinks.
Me and the spider. The lightweight.
Nice guy. Wants to be a web designer. Was the follow-up. Lito, why is the spider so clever?
Because I don't know.
He's always on the web.
He's always on the web, yes. And that makes people smart.
Yes, it does.
I've learned. One thing I've learned is
smarter. That's what the internet does. Oh, what do you get when you cross a spider with a computer?
Something in the web.
An itchy bite.
An itchy bite. What's happening?
Gizmo is having a nightmare.
Oh, it's a baby.
So I heard it go.
Oh.
This poor cat is so tortured right now with this fur coat.
I bet, yeah.
Oh, she is done. She's
too much.
She's over it. I heard you attract what you fear. Ah, I'm so scared of $10 million in kitchens.
$1 in kittens. Ah.
While driving to work, robbers jumped into my car and stole everything. They were pirates of the car I be in.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
That's right. I tried killing a spider with a hairspray. It may still be alive, but its hair sure does look amazing.
Heck yeah. That's a
Yeah,
spider from the 80s now. It's flammable, but
like everything in the 80s was. My secret talent is getting tired without doing anything. Oh my God, yes. That is my skill. I'm so tired.
always.
Always. Barn owls must have been pretty excited when the first barn was built. Ah,
Up until then, what were they doing? They were like, what's my purpose in life? Why am I even here?
who am I?
What came first, the barn or the barn owl?
How do you spot a modern spider?
Well, it's using slang on the web.
It doesn't have a web, it has a website.
Oh, okay. Yes, and that's where it spends all of its time.
All of its time. All of its time. It's like it's Facebook back then. We jumped big time. Okay, wait. I've almost got it because the emojis are very helpful. What do you call 100 spiders on a tire?
100 spiders and a tire.
On a tire.
On a tire. Smushed.
Yeah, yeah, that would be another option. A spinning wheel.
A spinning wheel.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
What did the wife spider say to her husband when he tried to explain why he was late home?
What did the wife spider say to her husband when he tried to explain why he was late home? I don't know.
You're spinning a yarn. You're spinning me a yarn here.
Ah, because spiders spin webs.
Royal Highness Queen Elizabeth II was so old, she remembered when Baskin Robbins only had 3 flavors.
Yes, it's probably true. I mean, Baskin Robbins probably didn't start with 31.
No, I'm thinking it started with
You got to start small.
small. I
At
mean,
like
10.
Yeah, max. And then they decided to stop. 31 was like they got there and they're like, we can't handle more than 31.
Lot. Our case is full. Like we're good. We're good now. I swear to drunk.
I swear to drunk officer something.
I swear to drunk, I'm not God. But seriously, stay in drugs, eat school, and don't do vegetables. I kept going. I was like, oh, this is our intention. That was David.
Oh, I was assuming James.
No, yes. What did the spider say when he broke his new web?
Gosh darn it.
Yeah, yeah. What's the difference between a pregnant woman and a light bulb?
You can unscrew a light bulb.
Yes, that's it. Yup. Desiree, I asked my friend what spiders eat. He didn't know. He said I should go and check on the web.
Wah, wah, wah.
Can you believe it says that in the Bible, that man should make their wives coffee every day? Yep, it's right there in Hebrews.
Yes, it's true.
Very well done. Very well done. I'll say it once and I'll say it again. It.
It's the knights who say me.
Yeah.
I said it. I said
After spending 20 minutes trying to get my wife's bra off, I decided to give up. I wish I'd never put it on now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you really shouldn't
It's not-
get you don't understand. All right, so we got our last one, then we're gonna call it. What do spiders eat in Paris?
I don't know. Check the web.
French flies.
French flies.
Makes the most sense.
true.
Yeah, that's it.
That's
All
true.
right, guys, we're gonna call it here. We'll be back next week for the usual shush shush on Monday at 10 a.m. We do have an episode coming out this week. Suet bird feeders are on the agenda this week.
Hold on. Jesus. Lionel says, I don't know a joke in English about spiders, but we have an expression in France. Have a spider on the ceiling means to be stupid.
I am the dumbest woman alive then,
I
for multiple reasons.
Oh my goodness.
All right, guys. We'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for joining us. We so do appreciate it.
Yep, yep,
Bye.
yep. Bye. Bye.
Okay.